That's you. That's you. That's right. That's you. What's up, people? This goes out for you. That person that's been burning the midnight oil, been all on the internet, been reading stuff, trying to figure it out. You frustrated because you just had to deal with the disappointment. And then the ironic part about it, you actually entertained the thought of retribution. That's right. You've actually entertained revenge. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and lowball, downplay, or water down your pain. But I will say this. In the intended time when you decide to allow yourself to heal, you will come to understand the power of what just occurred. You're saying, Jared, I don't understand. What do you mean? I'm sitting over here, I'm crying, my emotions are up and down and up and down and up and down, and I just want to make sense of it all. I know. I know you do. I know you do. But I'm going to tell you what. Revenge is not the way. It's not. It's not. You're looking at somebody that have gone through hell and high water. I'm going to tell you what. What you don't realize is there's a blessing in every disappointment. You know how I always say that eventually God gets tired. He gets tired of our arrogance. He gets tired of our disrespect. He gets tired of the willful choices that we make, even though through synchronicity, through signs of, through actions of serendipity, He sends you to let you know, hey, this ain't the way. That's why you think you have those chance meetings. Why you think you see the things you see, you hear the things you hear that connect to that beloved heart of yours. Because it's meant for you. It is custom tailored for you. Why do you think there's so much pushback that you're going through in your life where people don't understand what you're talking about, where you're going, or what you've been through? They can't relate. Well, let me tell you what, that's also a false deception too, because possibly where you seek solace and advice, perhaps the person that you're seeking that advice can't relate because that is a stone, a lesson that they have yet to be exposed to or choose not to look at. I know I'm talking to somebody. So, what's going on? What's going on now? Come on, it's time for you to look inside that heart. You're burning that midnight oil, trying to figure it out on your own, when in actuality, there is one solution. The solution is accountability for your life. The solution for your pain is acknowledging that it exists, allowing yourself to reflect on why it occurred. To do that, you must take accountability. But see, a lot of times, we live in a society that, oh no, if it don't benefit me, I throw away the rest. We have a disposable mindset, and we wonder what happens to all the refuge. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just there. Why do you always hear me say, have the courage to look inside that emotional backpack? because those are going to be the things that are going to hold you back eventually. Those are going to be the things that are going to set you up for an emotional breakdown. Because, see, you'll come to understand this, my family. We all have free will. Doesn't matter where you try to go, how many times you try to reinvent yourself, and the environment you try to keep. Still you. You. And it's very important that you love yourself. But what you're not understanding is this. You know that frustration you're feeling right now? You know that anger you're feeling right now? Ain't nothing worse to be upset and you can't express how you feel to your environment. Especially if it was built off of deception. Oh no. That's a double-edged sword, which equals nothing but turmoil. You doing time inside your mind. You can't express yourself. But see, that's what society tried to convey to men for the last 100 years. Don't embrace who you are. Just embrace what you represent. And you wonder why people choose a destructive means to express themselves. When you come to understand that the things that they're expressing, even if it's done in destruction, it is actually a representation of what's found inside them. I know I'm talking to somebody. So how you doing, y'all? I know I've been pretty active here on YouTube. Yeah, I have. It ain't even, see, I love you guys so much. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Clear this. So y'all know it's, y'all can't even see it. Oh, man. Can't, yeah, you can, right here. Because I'm about mine. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but ooh. Don't you love it when you try to glare? Well, anyway, there you go. You see it? Well, it ain't even 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm putting this message out for you. That's right. I got my darn coffee. I start my day early. I start my day in prayer and end it in prayer. And when the Holy Spirit, my Father, my Lord Jesus Christ, conveys a message, I'm up and at 'em, willing to receive, to convey whatever message that needs to go to the intended heart of mine. Because, see, I know my life is worth it. I'm willing to do the work. So, you over there frustrated. You're in turmoil. You can't talk. You're doing self-destructive things, but what you don't realize is you're being set up for your downfall. Oh, yes. Yes, you are. You don't even see it yet. But you're going to feel it if you keep going down that road. See, what you don't understand what's going on, y'all. There is a fight. There is a battle. There's been a battle going on since the moment you took your first breath for your soul. Look at your life. Only you have that view. Look at your life. Look at from the beginning and everything that you saw, everything you experienced. Good, not so good, and downright sad. Terrible. All these things that occurred in your life was a prequel to where you are now. So let's just say this. Let's just say that you decided everything copacetic life, you're doing what you need to do, and you attract somebody in your life, and they disappoint you. They disappoint you deeply. The reason they disappoint you deeply is because it was based off your expectations of them. That's where disappointment comes from. Because we have a perception of what that person's actions is going to be reciprocated into our lives. So they fall short. You say, okay, correct when needed. But they repetitively do it over and over again. Now you feel shook. Maya Angelou said once, and when a person shows you who they are, believe them. And it's the truth. So you got to understand something. I know somebody right now needs to hear this, because your stomach is flip-flopping. You don't want to eat. You got an insomnia. And for some reason, I got this feeling about a pregnancy. And they're like Bela Lugosi. They're gone. You don't know where they are. Let me tell you something. Stop worrying about them. Stop worrying about them. This applies to your family too. If you're not getting the support that you rightfully deserve, there's a reason for that. You got to call it for what it is. Now, I'm a firm believer that all people can change. It's a choice. It's a choice to what position that you decide or what direction you decide to go on. That is your choice. But for every choice, there is an action that comes from it. Einstein once wrote, for someone to repeatedly do the same action expecting a different result, that is insanity. So, why are you stressing over someone or something that you have no control over? I'm saying this all out of love to you. I know there's somebody watching this video right now. Last time you seen a good sleep is when you had a bottle next to you. You finding yourself, only time you have peace of mind is when you in your car by yourself and you at work. I know I'm talking to somebody. It's time to get your life back. So now, clarity is coming. See, a lot of people don't understand the power of God. God loves you so much. And I know for those people that don't have a relationship with God, you may think I'm talking in French, talking a foreign tongue. The reason I'm talking in a foreign tongue to you is because you don't have a relationship with God. You don't even realize that you've got a spiritual lottery ticket in your pocket for your life. For your life. You think God wants to see you in the shadows, crying them precious tears, crying over someone that don't see your worth? First of all, you got to take accountability because you put yourself there. You were there. You signed off on it. Some of you oh man, my mouth is so. You manifested it before it occurred. And it played out, and you didn't like the outcome. But guess what? That's what your spirit longed for. So let's get to the gist of it. So now you talking about you actually in there milling inside your spirit. You want get back. You want get back. You want revenge. You want them to feel every tear, every sorrow, every disappointment. You want them to feel what you have felt. Let me throw this out here for you. Yeah, for you. Don't you know that the devil is a liar? You do know that, right? Vengeance is for who? Right. Get that right. Get that right. Yes. So, if you take it upon yourself to be spiteful, resentful, undermining, deceptive, manipulative for retribution, you know what will happen? You're going to pay for it tenfold in your life because it's not your place. And I know you're saying, Gerald, how are you going to sit up here and tell me that this person right here did me wrong, did me dirty, and I can't get them back? And what I'm saying to you is, you don't have to. Because, see, God protects his own. But guess what? That devil, he's banking that you do. Because guess what? He wins. And everybody that they can get, that you can connect into this debauchery, just sitting in the back of the cut. Go ahead. Because the devil wants to wreck your life, continue using that person, and those people connected to both of you. So it's like a spiritual lottery for the devil. Because you got to understand, only God and the devil know your life. They already know it. But we have free will. And I don't even like using the term revenge. I don't like using it. Because God He's my light. I don't walk in fear. That's why I don't have a judging heart. I don't worry about anything because I know he's got me, because I place God first in everything I do. Now, I can say this now in my 40s. Yeah, I'm 40s. I'm in my 40s. But in my 20s, I used to always tell everybody, don't let the light skin fool you. Don't let this kind, meek disposition fool you. Because inside me lived a spirit that would gut you like a fish and wouldn't care. Oh, you hurt mine? Okay, I'll wait you out. Didn't matter how long it took. But vengeance is mine. But you know, when you take on that mindset, it takes over your life. And eventually, the devil will take your life. So, you thinking about revenge? Huh? How about this? Why don't you think about them blessings? Maybe by chance, if you decide to take accountability for your actions involved in that connection, you'll see your direction. Did that need to go to somebody? Because I know I'm talking to somebody. You sitting in there, you laying in the bed with that guy, but you pissed off about that guy whose heart is on hostage. You think the guy that got over cares about you? No. Because guess what's going to happen to them? In the intended moment in time, maturity is going to come. The environment is going to be smooth. Everything's going to be tranquil. And then that person's going to want love. And in the back of their mind, because they're arrogant, they're going to say, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to give my all, only to attract their taskmaster. Oh yes, that's how it works. You can't go through life thinking you can just treat people unjustly and don't think that there's a price. See, God knows your life. So God just waits. Or he says, you know what? I need to put them training wheels back on your life. And I need to guide you, even through hardship, even through pain. See, a lot of people don't understand the power of your spiritual connection. May it be with God or, unfortunately, with the devil. That's why they are two polar opposites. But God is the supreme. God is love. And that's why when you do things that you're not supposed to do, when you receive things that were not rightfully yours, willingly, it feels so sweet. It does. But that's to set you up for the pain and price that comes with it. So, you talking about revenge? The sweetest revenge, if you gotta use a descriptive word as such, which I advise you don't, is for you to grow. Get closer to God and watch God take you in places that you never could imagine in your mind. I don't care if you're walking around with a PhD. It will never scratch the surface of God's magnitude. You can go ahead and listen to these scientists if you want to, talk about how creation is. Let me tell you something. Some of your most smartest people, and I challenge that you ask, some of your most smartest people that are in the scientific field, you know what? I hate to tell you, these people don't believe in God. They believe in man. And guess what? One by one, they have to go through the reality of being shown, oh, really? Well, explain that. Explain that. You can't. We only use 6% of our brain, y'all. Come on now. If we were so smart, why can't we recreate the earth? And every time we try to do stuff, what happens? It's defective. Because see, everything that's made with man's hands, I don't care what it is already given a flaw. It's not made everlasting. It comes with an expiration date. Why? Because it's not blessed. But, you know, you got some people that are walking their arrogance, and they think they're winning right now. Guess what? Sorrow is just a moment. Joy cometh in the morning. So right now, don't trip on what's going on. Don't worry about what they're doing. Now's the time you invest in you. Now's the time you focus on where you've been. This may be possibly your spiritual reset right now. And yeah, and that void that you feel, you know what that really is? That's you spiritually reconnecting to who you were before they came into your life. I know I'm talking to somebody. That void you feel is all those things that you put on the back burner for that distraction, because that's all it was. It was a distraction. That's all it was. But them dreams, them aspirations, all that joy that's coming, it's coming the moment you decide to be honest with yourself. The moment you decide to stop lying. Stop lying to you. The more you keep lying to yourself, the more your reality is built off a lie. So guess what? You're not living for you. You're living for that false personality, that false ego, that false pride. Well, guess what? Pride, ego, can't live or activate by itself on its own. You got to claim that. Otherwise, how could it? What point does it have if you don't embrace it? So what I'm saying to you now, it's time for you to invest in you. It's time for you to love yourself. It's time for you. Some of y'all need to cry. You so prideful, you won't even let the tears come out your body. Don't you realize every tear washes the soul? Why do you think you feel better when you do? My kings, don't let your environment fool you. Guess what? You can't even call yourself a man until you understand your emotions. I don't care how much money you got in your pocket and how many girls you got on your hip. Notice I said girls, because a real woman, she loves God. That's why she's virtuous. Look, you're going to find 1,000,001 girls out here that will play the part just to get in your pocket, just to set your life up, just to hold you back because they don't want to invest in them. Come on now. Be the exception to the rule. And speaking of that, that is the song I want you to look up. For those that are going through heartbreak, those that are going through betrayal, those who have been disrespected. I want you to look up the group The Temptations and listen to the song, I'm the Exception to the Rule. And you apply those words to you. You make this day the day that you decide that you love yourself more than your pain. You make this the day that you humble yourself and have that conversation with him. He's waiting on you. But because we got free will, he can't change your life unless you let him in your life. But it's not his responsibility to do so. It's yours. It's your lungs. It's your eyes. It's that beautiful mind. You walking around trying to fit in the image of what you see that woman on TV looking like. When you would, if you would only be still and look at that goddess that's in the mirror. Society got y'all walking around looking like clowns. Convinced you, then robbed your self-esteem so bad you don't even got you putting stuff in your hair when your hair is 20 times better than what you can find. But guess what? They want you to take the hair of a beast. They want you to play with your anatomy. Let me tell you something. How arrogant are you? When God created you, He broke the mold. You're one of a kind. And God don't make mistakes. So you saying, oh, okay, I'm going to add this stuff in my body because that's what I need to get. Because my self-esteem is so low, I'm going to go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and put some clown shoes on your feet? Since you're playing with yourself, since you're exploiting yourself, why don't you go ahead and hook up with Ringling Brothers since you want to be the clown? I say this out of love because my queens, you keep watching what you see on TV and emulating what you see. And the sad thing about it, the image you see on TV is not the people in real life. That's what you perceive them to be because it's being projected to you to influence the way you think and act and spend your money. You got 1,000,001 wannabe top 5 out there. I ain't got to explain it. You already know. But guess what? If the roles were reversed, you think those people that are top 5 in society's eyes would want to emulate you? No. But you constantly putting money in their pocket instead of putting money in yours. Huh? So you sitting over here thinking about revenge. Let me tell you what. Your life has a purpose the moment you decide to claim it. And oh yeah, before I end this, don't worry about those people who wronged you. Don't. See, what you're going to come to realize is one day that light bulb is going to go off. And they're going to be, why was I so stupid? And then that's when the pain comes. Because, see, the person that you're going to become is not going to be the person you are now. And some people, now let me throw this out there. Anybody can change. We have free will. Don't get it twisted. Anybody can change. But to be authentic means you must love yourself unconditionally. But trust and believe, everything that you've done, somebody's going to do to you. I hate to tell you that. It's the truth. Why do you think you hear this? What goes around comes around. Everything connects within itself. The energy that you put out is the energy you're going to receive. But just know this before I wrap this up. The person that you were 6 months ago is not the person you are now. And the person that you're going to be, God willing, a year from now should not be the person you are now. It is about growth. The more you grow, the more impact you have in your environment. So don't worry about what they did. Take accountability for what you did for you. And forgive yourself. If you're sitting here holding your watch, waiting for someone to apologize, you'll be waiting a long time. You'll be waiting a long damn time. But trust when I say this, God will position your life. Look, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. In the intended time and moment. And Every voice will rejoice in God's name. And with that being said, in the intended time and moment, as you invest in your life, every person, don't worry about them. They're going to seek you out. They will seek you out. I don't care if you move to Botswana. Because every man eventually wants to clear his heart from his wrongdoings. And if he doesn't, it ends up becoming his destruction. I know that needed to go out to somebody too. So walk in humility. Guide your steps through God's direction first. And watch him change your life. You'll see. You will see. Because see, right now the devil thinks you winning. See, those people that got over like a thief in the night, they don't even realize they had already lost. And that's why you probably going through this. Everything that was hidden is being revealed now. Those questions that you had in your heart and mind that you never got an answer to, oh, they're being answered bigger than I don't know what. And you're seeing things crystal clear. When the tears flow, and they will, embrace, embrace, embrace. And just know that it's helping you break off the rough edges of your life. So you got to understand something. Every human being will be tried and tested before God gives you a blessing. That's how it works. Why would God give you something that you're going to swallow? Why? So in turn, you have to change the way you see life and by changing your mind. Or you can do this, like so many other people unfortunately do. You settle. You settle with that person. And then you watch that your life stops. Come on now. Love yourself. God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your work. It's 15 minutes after 6. You know I love you. It's time for you to love yourself. And for that, it helps me discern mine. So you'll see, y'all. Watch what I've said. Everything I've put out on these videos in these last 3 years, one by one have come to pass. Why? Because it's blessed. And you deserve that too. Some of y'all are being set up through a breakdown to see your breakthrough, to see your worth. And yes, it hurts because it's unknown territory to you. Some of y'all are breaking family strongholds too, because you were raised in a family structure where there was a stronghold placed over your family. And you're going to be the monarch. You're going to be the matriarch of your family. And you're going to inspire your generations to come because they see God lives inside you. You'll see. Because you got to understand something. Where love is, God walks. But guess what? Where love is, the devil can't. Stay blessed. Love to hear from you guys. Have a great week. Bye.